I've been on this kind of listening tour, so to speak. Did the tour April of 2021, I think it was. Last many years, at first, it wasn't something that really caught my eye. It wasn't really in my district, my area, my concern. But through the years, it's been exceptionally important, and the issues have been rising to the top, have been bigger and bigger. What I've seen from the beginning is that the right-of-way was the obvious, simple choice. I mean, there's a freight track there. All you do is move it around a little bit, and then you just place the 2 light rails there. So on the obvious choice level, this is the obvious thing, but then you literally or figuratively dig down, you start realizing right away, you've got all the other issues associated from pipelines and derailments and safety and noise, and yeah, I can go on. So it's highly problematic. We're only finding more and more issues with this particular location. First of all, I want to say the No to Row website, you guys, great website, great logo, by the way. I'll be able to help out on a logo design for someone else. And great information there, top 10, really factual, really well put. Metro is facing a lot of significant issues as a whole. They're facing a ridership cliff that they're falling off of in a few years. So to the speaker earlier about ridership, and all the speakers that came out and speaking, it's all about ridership, right? So you want ridership in commercial areas, because commercial areas drive people getting onto trains and buses and everything else along the way, right? That's what congregational hubs are. Jobs, entertainment, mixed use, whatever it may be, Dodger Stadium, right? So they also want workforce development. And that's a very key idea because A, where are the jobs? Where are they going to, right? And they also want on-site workforce development where you have a live-work environment. They want higher density. The state wants higher density. The state initiative from the very top, all we're getting from the state legislature and the governor is higher density, higher density, higher density. Want less cars. So long-term planning and thinking, you've got an R1 neighborhood versus a commercial corridor, which has higher density already zoned for. We've zoned it again. We've got 300 plus apartments being built there with 20% affordable. And that just includes a little section of Redondo Beach. So for the emails of the last few days, the Streets for All people, and I really appreciate you guys getting involved, but first of all, I want to say the documentary filmmaker that you have on your website starts off the video with, I just threw this together. It's just a last minute putting this together. Well, first of all, if you call yourself a documentary person, you do your research, you take your time, and you get involved in the details. That's number one. Number two, if you're documentary, then you're not supposed to be pushing an opinion blatantly. Yeah, we all know a lot of documentaries push opinions, but this one, he flat out comes out and says factually incorrect things, items, factually incorrect points about the South Bay. He's never been here. He's never been a part of it. And, it's not very well researched, his video. So, and in that video alone, just point out one of the things, he doesn't talk about the pipelines in there. He doesn't talk about the safety issues, the derailment. He doesn't talk about noise. He doesn't talk about traffic. He doesn't talk about high density housing. He says, oh, they just don't want it. No, we never said that. I didn't hear any speakers here at Redondo Beach that said, we don't want it. We said, we want down to Hawthorne right away. Can you share my screen here real quick, 1A? To Councilmember Baji's point, and I want to thank Councilmember Baji for his invitation of spring of 2021, I believe it was, for a walk with Metro. And I'm going to start off with a couple of quick pictures. What's important here for me is we do this right. We do this correct. We don't sit here and do thinking about this year or next 5 years or next 10 years. This is a 100-year, 150-year project, meaning it's going to be around for the next 150 years. This is a picture in France, in Paris, 1910, and they're doing what's called cut and cover. These are railway systems that they're building, subway tunnels. They're still in use today. They could have had the option to go above ground, right? Think about World War II, the destruction that happened in Germany. When they rebuilt the German cities, they did cut and cover. Right here is what you see. They went down the massive boulevards. They didn't put these trains in between the neighborhoods, single family homes. They put it underneath. They did it right because they know they're never gonna have to touch these things again. They do it right. They take their time. So this is our right of way right here that we're dealing with. And if you notice right in here, this area right here, there's a high pressure gas line right here, signage. This railway is going to be moved over closer to these residents right here, right? Everyone sees that. And this is what the backyard sees for the residents. But, you know, all these things here are really, say, quiet when we're sitting here in place. So when I was there doing the tour, we were standing there and the freight train came through. And yes, I know this is not a freight train horn. It's not that loud. Make sure it's not.
Not turned up all the way.
Yeah. And Councilmember Baji, again, I want to thank you for the opportunity to bring me over there and see this in person. And I showed this video to Metro staff, and they didn't understand and realize what's going on. I think a lot of people don't really realize and understand what's going on. So here. So
15 feet closer to our home.
that's exactly what I was about to say. That's supposed to be 15 feet closer to people's homes and residences.
And what about?
So hold on. You know, I have a video I could show you what's from one of the other areas, but I think that really proves the point and shows what we're trying to accomplish here, and not having this closer to the neighborhood, the residences. One thing I want to show as well here is I want to show our housing element. This is what we approved this last year, a year ago, just over a year ago. And this Galleria focus area, higher density housing right here. South Bay Galleria, 300 apartments, 27% affordable. There's gonna be a station right here to drop off, pick up, right there in front of South Bay Galleria. One of the reasons why Torrance, I'm suspecting, does not want the Hawthorne right away, because they don't want people being delivered directly to the South Bay Social District, to our workplace environment where we have live-work environment. I also want to talk about right now, they have 150 hotel units there. Their environmental impact report, just so everyone knows, what's good for another 5-6 years, was approved for 650 apartments. Okay, not 300, 650. They only chose to build 300. Now, if you see here, the Galleria focus area, that has a lot more potential density moving forward. So if you were Metro and you were talked about density, workforce housing, where would you want to put your rail line? The point what the speaker had earlier regarding density and the ability to, or ridership, that is what you want. Hawthorne Boulevard along in Lawndale, I don't know what your zoning map says up there, but I suspect there's going to be with all these arena requirements. And I also might add, in the next 50 years from now, there's going to be more and more density being built along Hawthorne Boulevard. That is where, if you look at Europe, that is what the state is pushing. That is what Europe has gone towards. It is very, very simple to see and understand. So yeah, I'm in full alignment with the Hawthorne option. I think those that are on the right of, the website here, Streets for All, we're on the same page with getting this. We're on the same page with moving forward with a project that serves people who don't have to get on a bike and go 45 minutes down Torrance Boulevard or 20 minutes on a bike towards Torrance Boulevard at 10 o'clock at night and then jump onto a, J line, whatever line. We're going to provide housing and transportation right there to go to downtown LA. So, yeah, I fully support the motion. Thank you very much for the time and good luck. And we'll see you all in September and October on what will be a Hawthorne decision.